There's corners you can cut. I can make the walls thinner. I can use lesser steel. I can make the plumbing undersized. You can do all those things. And that's what they're doing. They're selling you something for 50 grand, or here's one. Here's a pool, patio, fireplace, kitchen for $100,000. It doesn't make any sense. And they're going to build that for you and you're going to have problems later. And they're okay with that because they're turning a profit. But so I want to talk about education in the pool and spa industry. Living in Texas or being in Texas and operating a business in Texas, there's no licensing and regulation, which means anybody can start a pool company, which means that's very dangerous for the consumer. The things that we've done in order to educate ourselves is become an SWD, Society of Water Shape Designers, through Genesis 3 program. You can Google Genesis 3 program, swimming pool. I don't know the URL, but it's like, Genesis 3, Google it, see our name on there, see my name on there. There's also Association of Pool and Spa Professionals. We're a custom building professional, so master. So we've mastered or taken every one of those courses in order to elevate ourselves to the top of the industry. And I think these are really important. And as a consumer, you don't know what those are. What that means is we've done all the class work, we've done all the core work, we understand everything that goes into a swimming pool. And the people that are teaching us are the people who have built massive aquatic centers and things of that sort over the years. So it's hard. There's not a college for swimming pool building. There's not a college or a ladder to do unless you actually go out and do it for yourself. So I would probably say 95% of the builders in Houston don't invest in this type of education. They use the sources of YouTube and finding out for themselves. But again, investing in yourself is such a huge thing if you really care about what you do. So these might just be pieces of paper, but these were actually 24-hour courses traveling across the country for thousands of dollars in order to understand hydraulic design from the guy who designed Shamu's tank, from the guy who has built so many commercial water parks that he can't even describe all of them. Those type of people in my life has been a huge impact in order for us to elevate and create these water shapes and amazing residential pools that we do. We're only focused in residential construction. That's all I want to do. That's all we want to do. That's what we really love, working for families and creating these spaces for people. But the industry's lacking on the care standpoint. It could do a lot better. I want to push it to do better, but really people need to invest in themselves and go out there and get the education, and not just take YouTube videos or find stuff online and then go out there and try to sell it and build it. Because there's a lot of used car salesmen out there that are going to try to sell you something because they might have built one or two things, but go look at the pool before you buy a pool. Go out there and see their pool. Go look at it. Go pick up the piece. See if there's anything loose. See if there's anything that doesn't look good to you. Talk to the clients. We have a 98% success rate with our clients, and the clients that don't like us or we had a problem with, like, it's usually just some type of communication problem or something that was lost in the mix. But our product, every time we leave, is awesome. We do have clients that do pushes to the edge, but really we can rely back on that. We are the professionals. We've gone through it. We've built the stuff and we have the documentation to prove it. Before you buy a pool, before you invest $100,000 into something, why don't you go talk to the people who actually know about it, who are educated about it, and who do it every single day, and who can bring you to these projects, not just on our phones or on our website, but in real life to talk to the people who actually we work for. And that's what this podcast, quote unquote, is made for, is to bring our clients in here to talk to people about that, to inform you the differences in Regal pools versus everybody else in Houston, and to show people why we cost more. There's a reason why builders try to build the cheapest possible pool they can, and they advertise it like they're proud they can sell you a pool for 50 grand. But I've broken it down and I know how to build a pool to make money if it's 50 or $60,000. And I wouldn't do that for my mother. I wouldn't do that for my worst enemy. There's corners you can cut. I can make the walls thinner. I can use lesser steel. I can make the plumbing undersized. You can do all those things. And that's what they're doing. They're selling you something for 50 grand, or here's one. Here's a pool, patio, fireplace, kitchen for $100,000. It doesn't make any sense. And they're going to build that for you and you're going to have problems later. And they're okay with that because they're turning a profit. But if you're going to use a credible business, use somebody who's gone through the education process and has people they can rely on in order to get questions answered if there is a difficult project. That's why we're so confident in our team because it's not just me, it's not just Edwin, it's not just the guys who've been building pools for 20 years. I can reach out and call the guy who built LeBron's pool. He's a personal friend. I can reach out and talk to the guy who built anybody's pool in Miami, Custom Pool Systems, love them. Jerry Hemmerschmidt, who owns High Tech Pools out of Cleveland, Ohio. I've got friends in California who've built just crazy stuff, and these are all friends in the industry because I am the industry. I've been in it. I know them, and I'm a huge part of it. And I'm really an advocate for it as well, not just for building pools that look good on Instagram with the educational aspect of this stuff. So I really highly encourage you to look up who these builders are, International Water Shape Institution. Who are those members in Houston that can build these water shapes that you're buying? Association of Pool and Spa Professionals, as well as Genesis 3 Education. Those are the big ones, and I think that those are the big ones. I don't know of any other ones, but I know that we are fully vetted in all of those. We're not in the middle, we're not at the beginning, we're not just starting. I've been doing this for over 15 years at Regal Pools on my own and been doing education for that full 15 years. So take a look at it before you just buy a swimming pool from a used car salesman. I would really high encourage you to buy a swimming pool backyard from a reputable professional pool builder.